Okay. Finally, we're starting. So you can just begin by taking your roller across the mat and then go ahead and lay back onto it right at the tip of the scapula. Have your tail curled up slightly so your waistline is sinking down in the slight curve shape here like a hammock. And then your hands will go behind the base of your skull. Knees bent, feet are grounded. And as you inhale, lay back with your head, open the elbows wide and down and take a stretch. Across the front line of your body, jaw to tailbone. And then exhale, tip the head up, down into your belly, curve the tail up, engaging the front and down the line. Inhaling, and then take it back, arching. Elbows hold wide, out to the side, down. Let your head hang down into your hands. Your hands hug the skull to hold and support some of the weight of it, and then you bring your hip forward, tipping it here on the cervical spine. And then come forward and down into your belly. So as we rock back with the head and the shoulders, the tail also sinks into the ground, the back arches. This is extension of your spine. And then exhale, flexion of the spine. You can think of like pushing the floor down and slightly away as you come forward and lift the tailbone up. And then as you arch back, maybe slightly pull the tail down and the heel slightly towards you. Not really moving the feet, just get a little feeling of drag through the foot on the mat. And then exhale forward here. We'll next come up, lifting the hips and push and pull. Gather up any jewelry, long hair, hoodies. And we're rolling from the base of the rib cage to the top of the shoulders. When you get to the top of the shoulders, lift your hips, drop your head down. And as you push off with your feet, curl forward and up, rounding the back into that flexion, that upper curl position. So go back and forth a couple of times here, just getting this deep tissue massage across the shoulders and into the upper back. Stay on your rib cage, so here. Now I'll just do one more. Just get lower as the head drops. So all the way up on the top of the shoulders, just stay off your neck and then curl your head up, upper curl. So lower a bit here as you go down to the base of the ribs. From there, lower your hips down and we'll come up and pull the roller across under our feet. Lift your hips and the rollers across the widest part of your hips here, right at the base of the sacrum, and supporting it, hands pull the roller. And let's pull the knees in, they're zipped together, and we pull the knees over to one side. As you tip to the right with your knees and your hips, your head goes to the left. Keep the left shoulder blade grounded. Exhale to come back to center. And then knees slide to the left as your gaze goes right. The collarbones stay wide so the shoulder blades are resting on the mat. Exhale back to center and across to the opposite side, look away. And then exhale, try to get the hips involved, pick up the right hip to bring the legs and the knees over to the left. And then again, push down into the roller to give yourself a little more engagement through your core as you pull the left hip up and the knees will slide to your right. One more time, working the abs, not just the knees, to move yourself from one side to the other. And exhale to come back to center and lift the legs up and high. So just bring them back over your face, get a little stretch in the hamstrings, the back of your thighs. Bend your knees slightly if you need to, but maintain the feeling of stretch. We'll leave the right leg back and take the left leg forward into a scissor split. And then we switch the legs, right leg goes forward, left leg goes back. We're working here for stretching the back line of the leg as it comes towards your body and across the quad and the front of the hip as the leg reaches out and down. Feel dragging towards the mat. Legs will stay as straight as you can, but know that if your hamstrings are tight, then you will probably bend slightly or a lot as you bring the leg up and over towards your shoulder. That's fine as long as you feel a stretch that's healthy for your body. That's all we need. And then we'll bring both legs up, exhale, rotate, and the legs pull sideways, side splits, and exhale, pull the upper thighs together to close the heels. So open here, gaze up and slightly back. So think of working from closer to your center, from the upper inner thighs instead of from your feet. It's just a choice. In Pilates, sometimes we work from our extremities, and sometimes we work from closer to center. But it's good to try to figure out where you're working for and see how that differs depending on the choices you make. Now we'll pull the legs up, parallel, bend the knees, lower the feet down, and lift your hips up in a bridge, and twist them over to the side. So we'll pull the right knee into your chest, lift the left leg up towards the sky, lift your head up and curl, pull up, and then we're gonna roll back into hundreds. So start a little bent, hands can reach forward or go to the back of your legs. And then we curl the tail up, look down, and articulate the spine down one vertebra at a time. We'll go down to the tip of the scapula, fold the knees in, arms reach forward, palms to the ground. Extend the legs and start pumping. Inhaling for 5 beats. Exhale for 5 more. The legs zipper in. Press them in so you can feel the inside line of your legs, but also that connection into the transverse abdominis, the deepest of your abdominal muscles. And this high, you're looking down your nose, tipping your chin in towards the base of your throat, and aiming your gaze for the navel. Now here's inhale, you'd like to see the whole body expand, front, back, and sides. And exhale, pull it together and bring it into your central axis. The arms create a steady pulse here. We're pumping the air into your lungs and then out of your lungs as you move. Building a little heat in the body, trying to warm up for what's to come. And just 2 more breaths. Full breath in, exhale it out, and one last one. Pull the knees into your chest, lay your head down, turn your head easy from side to side. And then we can stretch the legs forward down the mat to roll up. You can use the TheraBand around your feet for this. If you want to use hand weights, that can make it either easier or harder depending on the height of the arms. So we lift the arms, start to lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to pull forward, suck your waist back. You're aiming for a C-curve spine, not just hip flexion. So your hips are flexing, of course, but you're not laying flat on your legs. And then you reach forward with your heels. Your arms can start to rise for a little more work. Control your spine down. If you need to lower the arms for more control, go ahead and do that. If you want to bring the arms a little higher from the challenge, do that. Instead, exhale, and every rep can be different. Just listen to your body. The first ones are usually a little more difficult than the later ones, just because the body might start out a bit stiff here. So we roll down, we press the legs out long in front of you, squeeze them together. Release down, for every inch of your abdominal wall, working first to pick you up, and then to release you eccentrically to the ground. The shoulders melt down your back as the head pulls forward out between your thumbs. We're going to do one more here. When you go forward, be sure you feel a stretch in the back of your legs as well as the area by your sacrum. Slide your spine along the mat, right down the midline, one vertebra after the next, and then we'll come up one last time. Exhale before you need it, before you pick up the ribs, and then round over, take a stretch, and then we're rolling back down. And circle the arms wide and around for single leg circles. You can use the TheraBand. I'm choosing to today, so we can pull really into your chest. Band the foot if you wish, and then we'll lift the leg up to the ceiling. You can point flex the foot a couple of times here to articulate through the foot, toe ball toe and toe ball heel. And then once the leg is lifted, we begin the circles. Inhale across the body, keep the right hip down, and exhale. Go out to the right, the left hip is now stable. So you draw the biggest circle you can while keeping the pelvis grounded, stable here on the mat. That means you're shifting your weight, pushing down into the right side of your body as the leg moves left, Push down to the left side of the body before the leg moves right. The breathing here, it's a short, deep inhale to start the circle and a long exhale all the way around and back up to the top. So inhale, the 1/4 of the circle you're drawing in the air, and exhale, complete the circle. You can also press through your arms to help you stabilize. Now let's reverse. Right leg goes to the right. Reach out long for the foot, either into the band or without it. Coming around and lift the leg high and circle again. Stretch. If you're using the band, the arms press down into the ground and you pivot from your elbows. If the arms are lengthened at your side, you reach the palm, the fingertips, the full length of the arms to help stabilize the shoulder girdle and therefore the torso as well. So for one final circle here, keep pushing out and longer with every repetition. We'll come to the top for the hamstring stretch and then bend the knee in. We'll take the band off and place it on the other leg. If you weren't using the band, the transition would be a scissor switch. One leg going down as the other one lifts. And when you get the leg up to the top, feel that stretch in the back of your leg, soften the knee a little if you need to. We could also point and flex the foot here and do it on the other side. Every time you lift the heel, feel a stretch in the calf. And try to think of the sits bone, the glute on that side getting heavier to increase the stretch at the back of your legs. We end with the point and we circle inhale across the body. And exhale, go low, out to the side and up to the ceiling. One circle, one breath. And really navigate this. Feel how you can shift your weight to keep the torso quiet and calm on the mat while the leg stretches and reaches, taking up as much space in the room as possible. Remember, you're pushing the air aside. It should feel almost like you're moving through water and pushing that aside as you go. Let's go one more in this direction. Come to the top, pause here, and then reach out to your left and exhale, bring it low. Across to the right, the left hip sinks into the ground. You can lift the leg high and reach. See if you can challenge yourself. Make the circle a little bit larger than maybe you're comfortable with, and see if you can work slightly harder in your center to hold the pelvis level here on the mat. When you do that, the arms are going to have to get engaged. Use everything you can. Pilates believe that the full body works in every exercise, just in varying degrees at different places. And this is how we turn the entire body. We'll come to the top and pause and then pull the knee into your chest. Embrace it in, the other leg can rise, the band can come off. And we're rolling forward and up to sitting for rolling with the ball. Your option to take a ball between your thighs. Look it in, hands to the shins, ease your hands to the back of the thighs. So you pick up the feet, you curl the tail up, you pull the waist back. You make yourself into a ball or a figure that can fit inside a ball, lift the tail over your blades. Exhale to come forward and up. Find your balance point. Ideally, the heels don't touch the ground or the toes. So you roll back. And you want to exhale before you start the return up. So think of inhaling until the tip of your blades touch. So you exhale there. So you're already exhaling to come forward to your balance on your sacrum. Keep looking down into the abs. Let's just keep the neck curved. Because if you look up, you'll flatten your spine as you flatten your neck. We'll go one last time. Just smooth out your back. Inhale and inflate it, then roll. Exhale, come forward and up. Fall to the side. And we're going to move back a little bit. And maybe let's use the ball for the ab series today. So you'll hold the ball here, like right between your hands. And it's a straight line from elbow to elbow. And then, of course, it's right in front of your chest, in front of your heart, which is a little to the left, but we're in the center of the ball. So roll back to your upper curl, pull the legs in to tabletop. And then you just hold the ball to engage your abs and you stretch the right leg forward. As it comes back, the left leg extends. You have to hold yourself from that abdominal wall. The rectus line runs from your jaw down your throat, across the sternum to the rectus abdominis, and across the pelvic floor to the tailbone. That whole line of muscle should be engaged to hold you up. You want a long lever here to support that lift, the curve into your upper curl. From one leg to the other, we're going to end with the left leg forward, then pull it back, and then rest your ball on your shins. Look down, push the ball up into the ball, come up a little higher and then curl. As you inhale, arms and legs extend up, and then exhale, just bring the knees in and the ball to your shins. Reach away from center and hold the upper abdominal. Lengthen and exhale, pull it back. 2 more, reach and return. Think of this like opening a picnic basket and closing it. Lay your head down, and you can even take the ball under your neck, under the base of your skull, and slowly turn your head from side to side. Knock the knees in so each knee supports the other one. And feel how this massages your neck and the occipital ridge area where a lot of neck muscles attach. Okay, and center, take the ball out. And we'll come up to sitting to roll back into our upright curls. So just extend the ball forward between your hands. Look down at your abs already and go back to your upright curl. You then fold the knees in, lift the legs up, and tap the right shin to the ball twice, and then tap the left shin to the ball twice. Legs working here. Do not look up at the ball. Do not look up at your knees. Look down at your belly. Hold yourself in that curved spine. Reflection here through the upper back in particular. And meanwhile, of course, you're working that leg through the back line of your legs. You do so much sitting, you really need to release the hamstrings. And with the left, and again, bring the ball behind your head, rest it back, and hug the knees into your body. Just give your low back a little stretch here. You can turn your head side to side again if you wish. From here, you want to maintain that upper curl, bring the ball between the arches of your feet. Support your head with your hands, pull it up, elbows down and in, and extend the legs to the ceiling. Double leg, lower lift. You squeeze the ball gently. Try to keep it steady as you press it down, and then as you pull it up. Remember, this is a challenge for our deep hip flexors and psoas muscles. Remembering that they attach directly to every single vertebra and intervertebral disc. You want to be careful, go as far as you can without letting your back start to arch, and then pull the legs up. Reach out and down. Exhale, change direction, change your mind. Lift your feet high on one last one. And again, you may need to bend your knees slightly as you bring the legs vertically. Then you can bring the ball down to your hands, and we twist to the right. So doing the twist, the left leg is long, as you bring the ball close to your right hip, and then we circle the ball over the legs as we twist left. So from one side to the other, try to rock across the tip of your scapula. You can feel the bony surface here on the mat beneath you. Legs stretch forward, direct out of the hip socket as we twist and roll here. You're getting rotation through the spine, but also maintaining the upper curl. So try not to fall back. Do the best you can. Every day is different. Make allowances for that. And then we come back to center to rest down. The ball to the side. Now extend the arms back and the legs forward. Feel that stretch to the whole front line of your body. Open it up. And then we're lifting floor spine stretch. Weight the arms. Weight the shoulder blades. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale as you rise. Open the legs up and lift your mat. Come up and sit tall on your sits bones with the arms extended. If your back line is really tight, elevate your hips along the yoga block. Inhale, press down, and go taller up through your halo. Look at the horizon that you just raised. And then your gaze goes down, you lead from the back to the top of your skull, out, over, and down. So set the belly back, make a capital C out of your spine as you dive forward, stretch your spine. And then press down through your heels and the sits bones, and you zip your back up an imaginary wall. Come up slowly, find the lift. And look down, exhale, curve, up, then over, out, down. Blades widen on your back as you move to flexion automatically. Just don't let them hang up too much by your ears. You're trying to think of them melting down the back to prevent them from creeping up like earmuffs to your earlobes. And exhale, forward again. At the same time as the upper body is going forward, pull the waistline back. You sit a little behind your sits bones here. And then as you stack your spine, come up right on top of them. One last one. To go over and hold onto your legs wherever you can reach. Your feet, your ankles, your calves, even be your thighs. But hold on and breathe into your back as you stretch. And then open leg balance. Come in. And the tail might move forward. Just be sure you have room to roll and there's something behind you. You lift the feet up, and then we'll inhale to extend the right leg up, and exhale to pull it down, edges of the feet together, and now the left. The shoulder drops as you lift the leg, and then the right again. You're going to have a curved spine here. And remember, if it's too hard to reach up higher towards the ankle, you put hands to go behind your thighs. Just do this in a place that works for you, and initially the leg may not straighten completely, that's fine. We're just working to get it there. Now for the left. When you pull it back, both legs go up. Should be a narrow V. And here you may want to, as you extend the legs, slide the hands a little bit around to the back of the calf. And then pull it back in, hands are now on top of the shins. So reach up, and then pull it back. And we'll take it up and hold it there, get ready to roll. So look into your abs, curl the tail up, pull back. Balance on the shoulder blades, come forward and up. The first one's the hardest, right? Because we're not used to rolling with this balance point. So lift it up, balance on the shoulders, come forward, up, and balance on your sacrum. Pulling back here. Eventually, we would love to be loose enough in the back line that you could flex and hold on to your toes. Just something to consider, to work forward, to work towards and look forward to. Okay, and then bend the knees, lower your feet. We're rolling back down for a corkscrew. I'm going to use the ball between my arches. You could do that, or if you prefer to have more support, you can take the bear bend around those feet. So again, sit upright. Start with the pelvic tuck as you roll back. The arms reach forward. Curve your spine down, the midline of your mat. And then fold the knees in. Lift the legs up. And we squeeze gently from the upper inner thighs. So we circle the legs over to the right. Keep the left side grounded. Forward and around. Over to the left, and the right hip is heavy. Complete at the top and reverse. So the right hip gets heavy. It sinks into the ground as the legs move left. Bring the legs forward, then press down to the left side of your body as the legs stuck into the right and back up to the ceiling. So again here. If your chest is really tight and you feel like your head is hanging backwards, like if your chin is higher than your forehead, you may want to take a folded towel or like a small pillow, even your sweatshirt, fold it and put under your head so that your forehead and your chin are level. And that will make this exercise a lot more comfortable, and many of the others too. Good, one last set. First we go right and then to the left. So beautiful circle, maybe the size of a basketball on the ceiling, and around you go. Left to right to complete. And then you can reach for the ball or take the bear band off your legs. And here, extend the legs forward again. We're doing another roll up. So bring arms back, lift them up, shoulders up into the mat, lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, scoot forward. And open the legs, open the arms for your saw. The hands over one foot of the collarbones, the waist is pulled long. And we'll rotate to the right, diving over our back of the head to the outside of the leg, and pull the right shoulder blade across the back towards the left shoulder. Get more rotation through the spine. We come upright, stack the spine still in the twist, and spin to the left. And then the head leads the way as you go over, the arms stretch in opposition. Put a little extra weight into your right glute here, anchor that sits bone into the mat like it's bolted. We come up, and then unwind and spiral again. Twist, the back palm is up, it's on over. Slide the hand down your leg towards your ankle. Whether it gets there or not doesn't matter. This is also another one of the exercises where if you're tight in your back body, you want to be elevated. So you get some mobility here in your spine, and you get the stretch you deserve and that you're looking for in your body. Everyone here looks great though in that respect, and in other respects as well. Or you can lower the legs down, pull the legs together, and we're flipping over onto our stomachs here for swan. So the thing to remember with swan is you're not only going up, you have to go forward. if you don't go forward to curve backwards, you're going to feel crunched in your low back. So it's helpful to have the legs a little apart, but traditionally the legs are together. Then lay down, you're going to bring your hands to the mat, float your head off the ground. You want to be able to breathe here. Now, it depends on the size of your chest, right? If you have a larger chest, you may have to lift your head a little bit higher to keep the head and neck in line with the rest of the upper spine. But anyway, pull the mat down and back as you pull that chest forward and up. Coming up to lift into a cobra position. Shoulders down your back, elbows pulling in and down by your waistline. And then release it on down. You can imagine a little ball resting here at the crook of your neck. And as you bring your gaze forward and up, the ball starts to roll down your spine. And then think of that ball resting right on the sacrum and it goes up your spine and massages you down into the mat. You lift the back of your neck as you end up with your chest on the floor. Do it again. Pull the elbows back down and in. The blades pull together as you rise. And then we release it down here. The arms will support you, but you also want to feel the work in your back. One more. And slowly down. We take the elbows to the mat in front of you and move right into the single leg kick. So make fists or press the palms into the hand, either is correct. Pull the elbows down, chest opens and lifts, and we kick the right heel in, 1 and 2, and down on the left, plus 1 and 2, and down on the right. So you want to feel that you're really anchoring the front of the pelvis into the floor as you kick, so with every beat you feel that your quad is getting a stretch. You'll feel that? And don't let yourself collapse. If you don't want to be hanging here with your shoulder points being the highest thing in the room, you want to really think that you are pushing back, down, and in with the elbows and pulling the chest forward and up. Eyes are lifted too. You can even look up towards your hairline, even if you don't want to lift your chin anymore. The curve in the back of your neck should be comfortable, but definitely down. You're going to end with the beat to the left. And then lay it down, turn your head to the right. Overlap the hands as high on the back as you can on the wrists at least, and then drop the elbows. The legs are long. Take an inhale to lengthen from your head to your tail to your toes. And then as you exhale, 3 beats with both legs. Pulse 1, pulse 2, pulse 3. If you go down, you intertwine the thumbs if you can. You pull the arms back to lift the chest, centering the gaze. Coming down, looking left. Elbows drop. And pulse again. 1, 2, 3. Try to get each kick a little closer to your sits bones. And then go back. If you can't intertwine your thumbs and keep the wrist straight, the arms can just go back and be apart, either palms up or palms in. And down we go to turn to the right. 3 beats again here. 1, 2, 3 times. The legs are down, get ready. And the arms stay low so you can bring your chest as high as you can, your face as high as possible. And then down we go here. Some people go really high. I'm not one of them. You know, all bodies look different in every exercise. So don't expect to look like what you see on Instagram or YouTube, right? And here we go. Lift again. Pull the blades together. Sink down slowly. Last time with the head to the left. 3 pulses. This will stretch out the front of your body, and then you're going to lift again. Here we stretch out the front of your body, sort of from the hip bones up. And down we go. Hands by your armpits, push off the ground, lift and sit back in the child's pose. If that works for your knees, sit all the way back. If it doesn't, lay on your back, pull your knees into your chest. You want to round the back, maybe sink the tail. And you probably know this, but if the knees are together, in parallel, you'll get a little bit more stretch in your low back. Versus if you open your knees in a V, toes would also point in. When you go down, you should get more stretch in your inner thighs. You can always choose which version you need that day. All right. So from here, start to spine coming up. And you know what? Let's grab ankle weights for neck pull. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you? Great.
Fighting in the back, of course.
We gotta get. Just kidding. No, we're really happy.
I should have thought of the weights before, but we don't always do this exercise. It is the harder variation of roll up, and you do need to be careful of your back. And actually, it's nice if you want to attach them, but you don't really need to. You can just drape them across your ankles. Hey there. So the legs will be about 5 inches apart, and some people can do this without the weights. It's easier when you learn them to have either the weights here or to be in a Pilates studio that has straps across the mats. And of course, that won't work on something like a yoga mat.
Perfect.
There we go. All right, so you flex the feet and you start sitting upright. You bring your hands to the back of your skull. So your thumbs go across and sort of touch along the base of the occipital ridge. Your fingers can overlap or intertwine, holding the low part of the skull. Elbows are lifted and the shoulders drop. Now from here, you hinge back, you lean back in a plank. You want to be careful, you can't go too far or the back will arch. So when you feel like it's about to, or just before, you tuck, pull the elbows forward, and then you can even bring the elbows lower and the arms can slowly extend as you go down in slow motion to take every inch of the spine to the ground, right? So you felt that, right? Because you can really slow it down with these ankle weights. Now to come up, if you're not used to this, we use the arm position, one fist into the opposite palm, and it's a straight line elbow to elbow. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, push into the hands. And once you lift and you feel like you have control, bring your hands behind your head, and then as you go over, you're not pushing the head down, but you're pulling the neck long to feel that stretch of the whole length of your spine. Feel the tuck into the tailbone even. And then from there, you stack the spine from the bottom to the top. Again, feel that zipping up the wall feeling. And then we go back again. So you're on your sit bones, you sit back, holding a neutral spine, retain the natural curves. And then before you get worried, you tuck, roll it in to the floor here, one vertebra after the next, and try to watch out. A lot of times we'll use the stronger side and rely on that too much. So whatever fist you made previously in the last rep, we're going to switch it. So if you use your left fist, now use your right, push it into the opposite palm, lift up, exhale, right as you pick up the scapula, and then the hands come behind the head, go long, pull out, pull the toes back towards your kneecaps, get more stretch in the back of your leg, and then stack your spine bottom, middle, and top. Look at the horizon. So as your body goes back on the diagonal, your gaze is 90 degrees from the angle of your spine, so you end up looking towards the ceiling, and then you look down as you curve the toe up and round your back into the ground. Everyone doing okay with this? You feel fine? And again, you can choose to use the fist of the palm, or if you want to try it, hands behind the head. More difficult, we're a little away from center. Exhale, pull, come up and over, stretch over your legs. Pull the toes back with the stretch from both directions. And then stack your spine bottom to top. We're going to do one more. So really use your hands to elongate the neck. Don't sit and elongate the spine. Tuck, roll it down, curve it down, resist gravity. You don't want to fall into the ground. You want to place your spine down 1 inch at a time, and then lift to come up. Inhale, exhale, big breath. Curve over, round forward. Dive down the well. Feel that stretch. If you're not feeling it, pull the toes way back to your kneecaps. And then stack all the way up. And we lean back again once more. This is also more difficult than roll up because it floats apart. It's surprising how much difference that makes. Okay, once you're down, you can stay down. And then we're just going to throw these off of your legs. There's the advantage to not pushing them on, right? All right, so from here, shoulder bridge. If you want to use the ball between your thighs, you can. And sometimes that just helps you stay out of the hamstrings, right? So feet are apart, maybe 6 to 8 inches from your sits bones, and the arms lengthened at your side. Begin with the pelvic tuck. Curl the tail forward and up. We're going to press down through the top of the shoulders and slightly to the outer arm to lift the heart up and to extend it to the thoracic spine, and then boost the butt up as you push down through your feet and your triceps. You use your glutes to lift the hips higher, your extension through the hips also. And now roll to the inner arm, the shoulders slightly curve off the floor, the top of the shoulders. And then you roll over the plates. They're moving sideways apart from each other, so you can pull the spine down between them. They're down to the base of the ribs, to the waist, to the hips, to the sacrum, and finally to the tail, and the waist will lift off the back. And then we're rocking the pelvis, begin with the tailbone going forward and up. Imprint the waistline down, then push through your feet. The knees and the tail move forward, up, up, up. And then when you get to the shoulder blades, you roll to the outer arm. Feel the blades pull together, and that gives you support with 2 hands under your upper back, lifting the chest higher. Watch that your knees don't go way out to the side. Try to have a little bit of inner thigh work to keep the legs in parallel here. And then we roll to the inner arm. We start at the top of the spine, coming down gradually. See if you can really feel very snake-like going down here. You want to have that serpentine articulation through your body. All the way down here until the tail settles. We're doing one more. You can press down through your feet and push the mat away as you start to curve the tail up, lifting, rolling up. One vertebra pulls the next one in line up after it. So it's really successive articulation from one end of the body to the other. And then we're reversing. The shoulders curve up, the back broadens. Feel the space widen between the shoulder blades as you lower to the ground. Come all the way down, settle the tail down, sink it into the ground. Lovely. So now we're rolling up. So you can pull one leg in, the other one up to the ceiling. Lift your head, neck, and chest, roll up to sitting for spine twist. Okay, so feet are together and flex, but elevated if you need it. Arms reach out again, slightly in front of the chest. Push the arms down to the taller, and we rotate to the right, holding the feet together with the up against the wall. 3 pulses, and back to center, and then to the left. We do that once, twice, 3 times. Back to center here. As you twist, the body melts slightly to slacken the ligaments and allow more mobility here in rotation. And then as you come center, you go taller. Lengthening up and then melting slightly down. You're not collapsing, you're just softening a little bit. You've been in the sun for just maybe a couple minutes. And we'll do one final set. Work around your own central axis. That would be from the center of your halo down to the center of the pelvic floor. Come back to center and lower the arms. Jackknife. So this is an inversion. We're lifting the hips and the legs up in the air. It's totally optional. Anyone with osteoporosis shouldn't do it. We don't recommend it for women who are pregnant either. If you are new to this and want to start by taking a roller under your hips, that's a good option. Otherwise, you just lay down onto your back. Arms lengthen at your side and pull your knees into your chest. We can extend the legs up to the ceiling and then press them a little bit forward. Use a bit of momentum. As you bring the legs up and over, push down, exhale. And when you first learn it, the legs start low. And then you lift the feet up so you get that work into your glutes and your hamstrings. And then you would probably lower the legs down and then try to bring them close to your chest. Push forward and into the mat with the palm of your hand. as you bring the legs forward to your working level, right? And never turn your head when you have your hips in the air. Super important for cervical spine safety. But we're going to press down through the arms, start to lift the legs, exhale to come up. Yeah, by the way, it's really fun to try talking while you're doing this. So tilt the head back, look back with your eyes, so your throat stays long. And then bring it down. Particularly if you've got like a larger chest. If you're looking forward and trying to see what's going on in your abs, you're going to feel really compressed here through the throat, and breathing would become a lot more difficult than it needs to be. And obviously, we want you to breathe. Push, lift up. Now, as you advance, you start to take the legs higher sooner, and then maybe keep a more open angle at the hips as you start your work down. I like to press more into the inside edge of my arm to really connect into my lat, my serratus, and my external obliques for support. We'll do one last one, or not, depending on how you feel right now. Come up, legs high, up and back, and then slowly down. Try to delay this. You don't want to crash into the ground. You want to stretch your back and come back with control. Good. You all did great. So this can take a while. I always tell my clients, the first time my teacher told me to do this, I laughed at her and said that was never ever going to happen. And it took a while, but eventually it did. So anyway, so now we're going to lay onto your side for 6 seconds. Clear your area. Be sure you have space. And then we'll go ahead and lay them down. At the intermediate level, you would prop your head up with your arm, and then the free hand goes in front of the chest, either palm spread on the ground in front of your chest wall, or if your wrists are problematic for you, you can make a fist and push that down, and just be sure you keep the wrists straight. The legs are stacked and maybe 30 degrees in front of your spine. So we pick up the top leg, reach out long through both feet, flex the feet. Inhale, swing the leg forward and press 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, and press 1, 2. So one of the goals in this exercise is to keep the body stable as you move the leg from the hip. Remember, your hip socket is right here in the crease, just a couple inches along the diagonal crease from the pubic symphysis. Double beat forward, double beat back. One more. So the temptation is to lean back with the torso as the leg moves forward, and to move forward with the torso when the leg moves back. And partly that has to do with tightness in the body, and partly it has to do with awareness. Come back to center and lower. We're going to rotate the leg externally, toe in the up. Point to lift, flex the foot and reach out, heels kiss. Draw an arc in the air and then squeeze the air out from between your legs. Point to rise, flex and bring it down. Now reverse, flex up. Point and reach longer all the way down. Flex to lift, point, stretch it away. And one more time, flex high, point all the way down. For développé, the heels touches the bottom leg, you slide the knee up, pull the leg in, pull the knee to your shoulder, extend the leg up, flex the foot, and reach straight leg down, heel to heel. Point the foot, glide and slide. Knee in, leg up, flex the ankle, foot, bring it down, one more. Now watch you're not dropping your butt back in order to achieve this. You want to keep the hips stacked, even if the movement is smaller. Reverse, flex and go high, point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg down, stretch it, lengthen both legs, and then a flex foot, and it rises. Point bend, and exhale all the way forward and down. We flex to end this and lift. Point bend, and take it forward and long. Now for rond de jambe, you've got to really be engaged. So pull your bottom elbow that's supporting your head in towards the armpit to really engage the muscles here in the armpit, lat and pec, and then press the bottom leg into the ground. The top leg moves forward, rotates up, back, around, and in. So it's in parallel as it goes across the floor, and it's in rotation on the hip socket as the leg circles in space. So externally rotate and start internally rotating to bring it back to neutral here, one more in this direction. Really hold the body steady, and then let's reverse. If you're rocking back and forth, make the movement smaller and find more engagement into the mat. So anything that touches the mat, you want to think of it like just glued there or suction cupped into the floor. One more. Around and through center. Okay, we're going onto our stomach for a little bit of grasshopper. You can overlap your hands and place them under your forehead. Feel the back of the neck lengthen and even drop the tail slightly, let it turn out. We're just going to begin by lifting the right leg up and pressing the right hip bone into the ground. And then exhale to lower. And then press the left hip bone crest into the floor as you lift the left leg. So notice you're not just picking up the bottom part of the leg. You're trying to lift the thigh off the ground, the knee off the floor. And keep the pubic bone pressing down as you do this. We're not rotating the hips to lift the leg. We want to keep the same side hip bone press, really actively pressing the ground. Now it's up to you if you want to try doing both legs or continue one alternating each time. That's fine. But then you would lift both legs and try clapping the heels together and apart. So the movement comes from the upper thighs, upper outer thighs, pull it open, upper inner thighs, pull the heels together. And again, so you can get the knees off the ground. You really firmly press the tail towards the floor so that you're not overarching your spine. And then we lower the legs down and we push off the ground to sit back in our child's pose again. Ground your back here, hang your head low, stretch out your back. Breathe into it with the inhale and exhale, just relax. And stack your spine from the bottom to the top. And then we're turning around to do the other side. If this position for the arm doesn't feel good on your neck, of course you can always extend the arm long and just lay your head down on the arm. But usually you need a towel or something to keep the neck in alignment. So your hand presses into the mat. You're stacked here with your legs, both feet flexed. Lift the top leg up. And inhale. Swing it forward and pulse once, twice. Point the foot, take it back and reach back and tap 1, 2 to an invisible wall. Bottom leg stays grounded, heavy, bolted into the floor. Double beat forward and then pulse double beat back. Working the whole upper body to resist swinging back and forth. You'll look great here with this. Your gaze should be straight ahead. I know it's so tempting to look at your feet, but you want to try to keep the head and neck in line with the rest of the spine. Let's do one more here. Where we press with the bottom leg to help stabilize the body and press with that front arm on the ground. Come back to center and lower the leg. Then we rotate externally, point and lift, flex to bring it down. Point up, flex all the way down and up. Point to lift, flex, reach it and stretch it. Now reverse, flex to go high, point to lengthen down. Flex up, point and sweep it down. Shut the legs together, one more. And all the way down, double peg. So you bend the knee up as much as you can. Pull the knee to the shoulder, extend the leg, flex, and reach out long, straight leg down. Point and glide. Go in, lift, flex, and return. One more like that. This should feel wonderful, right? In your muscles and your joints. And now lift, point, bend, skate it forward, slide it all the way out. If it doesn't feel great where you're laying on the side of your body, maybe consider using more mat underneath you. If you're at home, you can use like your yoga mat or your Pilates mat on the carpet underneath you, and that will ease some of the pressure that you might feel through your body structure. So here we go into your big circles, round to jump, and come forward, up, around, back, and through center, reach long. So you're pulling your head away as the leg lifts and reaches in the opposite direction. The bottom leg stays firmly pressing into the floor, and so does the hand. Let's reverse. So you might feel when the leg is back, really push your head more into the ground. Can you feel how that helps engage you and helps you stabilize? It works for me. I'm just hoping it works for you too. Okay. And then here we're coming up to sitting for some teaser work. If you want, you can use your TheraBand around your feet and hold on to them here. Otherwise, you can just sit upright on your sits bones, look down and curl the tail up so you're sitting behind your sits bones, but below the sacrum. And then let's bring your hands to the back of your thighs. Pick up one leg, exhale, pick up the other, and then you can hold the legs here supported. Now, see if you can bring the arms forward up and just stretch the legs up to the sky, and then fold the knees down. Inhale to lift, and exhale to fold. You can always use your hands to the back of your legs to assist. And note that your knees might not straighten all the way. That's fine. See if you can feel that teaser position, balanced here on your sacrum, and the belly pulls back. Like you really want to think that you're curved here, and you're not just leaning back with the flat back, right? So you're trying to get a little bit of an upper arm curl and the pelvic tuck. Extend and pull back. Let's do one more. And then lower your feet, open your knees, round forward between your legs. So get a little stretch, open that up. Good. Now, we're going to try next doing a little bit of small circles with the legs from that position. So rock back behind your sits bones, pull the knees in, extend the legs up, maybe not even.
You have to even for the fun.
Arms out, and bring the knees down, around, and up. Over to the side and reverse each time. If it's too much, right, and it can be a lot, bring your hands behind your thighs to support. So we're bringing the knees over to one side, dropping them down to the other side, and lift, and do that again. And then it's free if you want more of a challenge, but just be sure your back is still curved. Good. In the advanced mat, we do that with the arms going in the opposite direction. So it's just kind of a good idea to start to practice it here and just with just the legs. Well, maybe it's not such a great idea. I'm getting some looks.
Thank you for pushing. Thank you, Michelle.
I'm getting some looks. Don't blame me. Remember, you can always sit anything out. Great. All right. So here, back onto your elbows for. Bye. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you so much. I am.
Yeah, great to see that. Okay, so corkscrew. So you're on your elbows. Now, one of the tricks to doing this without feeling like your back is arching is you actually here want to tuck the pelvis and pull the waist back. So it's almost like you're taking your low back into traction. Do you feel that? You could imagine that you're trying to like slide the leggings off of your waistline and down towards your knees, right? And then you'll pull one knee in, then the other, and lift the legs up. Bend the knees if you need to. And the head is forward, you're looking down as you circle the legs over to the right, small circles. You could start with circles the size of an apple and work your way up to whatever works for you. Initially when we practice it, well, always when we practice it, you alternate, you go to the right first, to the left, and then complete, and then go left, circle around, and then to the right. When you first learn it, you probably do it with bent knees. Later, the legs go straight, and then later you go to bigger circles. And when you do that, eventually get to the point where you are controlling the rotation of the pelvis here on the floor, so that you're lifting one hip and controlling the movement. So you're not just wildly throwing the legs around, but you're working it from your center. And then you fold the knees and lower the feet. Okay. So we do have time for swimming. Let's do it with the roller. If you prefer to do it without, you can do it from the ground. My extension needs a bit of an assist, so I like this version while I'm working on that extension to my upper back. So arms reach out, ears between arms unless you need the head a little bit higher. And then you can pull the collarbones wide to lift the chest and then start pumping the legs. The little flutter here. Trying to move the thighs and not just the lower leg. If you want, you can alternate the flow of lifting the arms. And then you can lay yourself down. Bring your forehead to the ground. Stretch the Arms forward and back a couple of times so that your shoulders come up by your ears. And then back down your back. So you're getting a lat pull and then a lat release. And then roll it to the side. Push off back into your child's pose. And we're going to end stacking the spine and going into seal, the last rolling exercise of the day. Well, and the last exercise for this class today. So we'll sit upright at the first third of the mat. The knees are wide, the feet are together. Bring your hands together and between your legs, then wrap your hands around the area right over your ankles. You can pull the feet in and lift them off the ground. Find your balance point behind your sits bones near the base of the sacrum. We take an inhale to clap open and close. Exhale, clapping 1, 2, 3. Inhale, roll back to the width of your shoulder blades, balance on your shoulders, and clap 1 to 3 times, and then come forward and clap again. Inhale, roll back and clap. Exhale, roll forward and clap. Keep looking down at your abs. Exhale and clap. Really press the arms into the inner legs and press the inner legs into the arms. So you feel like you're really refrain for the body here. That helps you hold your shape. Whoop, too far. I was just about to say, like, you gotta really feel playful with this. But just watch that you don't smack your head into the ground. You can roll back a little too far by accident, but just be sure you slow it down enough so you don't seriously smack your head, right? Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for doing the class with me, whether you're in person or watching the YouTube, and I hope to see you all soon.